today we're going to need a pillow and, if possible, 2 light weights. So something under 3 pounds, water bottles are great, or soup cans, whatever you can find. And we're going to start by lying down. So let's start by lying on our back, with or without the pillow, whatever feels good for you. If you're okay without it, it will help your posture just a little bit more to have that nice straight spine. We're going to give ourselves a little bit of a double chin, and then low grade press with your head into the mat. And from here, we'll let our arms come all the way out to the side, press the hands into the floor, and then raise your hands slightly, and just some snow angels coming up, keeping the ribs nice and heavy, and down. Let's go 2 more times with that, coming up, and down. And on the last one, we'll let the arms come overhead, raise the pinkies to the ceiling, and then just pick some apples, one arm and then the other. Nice long reach, like there's something just out of reach and you can't quite get it. You want to open those big muscles of your back. Let's go 2 more. And last one. Perfect. And now a few circles up and around. Just warming those shoulders up. 2 more. And very last one. Perfect. From here, we'll take the hands down to the side. Walk your hands down towards your feet. Walk your feet up towards your hands. Widen out through the shoulders and press the shoulders into the floor. Now, really squeeze the glutes. The bridge is a back exercise. It's all about getting those big muscles to engage to protect your back, and that's your glutes. So big squeeze, little energy in the toes, let the hips come up. Shoulders wide, pressing into the outside of the shoulders. A little below grade press of the head into the floor, and hold it there and breathe. Squeeze, squeeze, squeezing the glutes. Let's go 4 and 3 and 2. And now you can stay here with both feet down, but if you're okay, try to keep the hips nice and level and then weight one foot just slightly. And down. Going for a little walk, the other foot comes up. And with control down, let's go 2 more. And down. And very last one. Perfect, and down. Perfect, let the hips come down. And then from here, we're going to take the arms all the way out to the side like an airplane. We're going to let one leg float up, the other leg float up. Both knees are in far enough so your ribs are nice and flat. And just let the knees fall to the right. And when you do, keep the left shoulder heavy, heavy, heavy. And just exhale and hold. Trying to keep those knees together like there's a $100 bill between them as you come up and over to the other side. When you come to the left, your right shoulder stays anchored. If you find it lifting up, you've gone a little too far. Exhale, hold. Inhale through the nose, come up and over to the other side. Exhale, hold. One more time, up and over. Perfect, and back to the center. Now I'm going to really focus on the back today. One thing that helps give you a little more feedback for the back is if you can put your hands in that little curve kind of behind your navel on your back and press your back into the floor. But if your hands don't want to or don't like this position, just put your hands where they're comfortable and concentrate on keeping your rib cage heavy on the mat. We're going to point the right foot to start with, really pressing that low back into your hands and trying to keep equal energy into your back as you try to tap that foot down. So as soon as you find that your back's starting to lift away, then you know you've gone too far. So we only want to go to that point that your back can stay perfectly still. And if that's easy, we take the foot out a little bit further, just finding that point where it's challenging to hold the back down. But you can still do that without any lifting of that low back. You can keep the back pressed either against your hands or the bottom ribs against the mat. Let's go 3 more. If that's easy, take the feet a little further. 2 more. And very last one. Perfect. If that's hard, keep going with the single leg, but if you want a little bit more of a challenge, really press your low back into your hands, point your toes. Now both legs are going to start to lower down towards the floor and squeeze the knees together to come up. Again, the focus is pressing that low back against your hands as you lower just to whatever point feels okay for you. Might be a little movement, that's okay. Let's go 3 more, and 2 more, and very last one, and up, perfect. Let's grab the knees, do little circles here. And now, shorter levers are always easier. Let's go the other way, 3. We're gonna do some circles. If it bothers you to have your legs up, keep your knees bent. We're gonna let go of the knees, and now the circles either with the knees bent or with the legs straight for the corkscrew. So just 3 little circles. 3, shoulders are wide, neck relaxed. 2, pause and reverse. Let's go the other way. 3, and 2, and very last one. Good job. Bring the knees in, and let's lower one leg down and then the other. I'm going to use the pillow today to give you a little, take a little pressure off that low back. The pillow will help take some stress off that low back. So if you tend to have that problem, just elevating those hips can help. So just place the pillow underneath your bottom, lift one leg and then the other. And we're going to start with some bicycles. So shoulders are wide, try to push the tips of the shoulders into the floor. We'll start with bicycles. Closer to the ceiling, like raising the legs straight up in the air is going to be the easiest. If you want to challenge those abs a little bit more, we take the legs down lower. What we want to focus on is keeping the ribs nice and heavy, so the bottom ribs stay heavy. The lower you go, the more challenging it is. 4, and 3, and 2, and very last one. Good job. From here, let's put the left foot down on the floor. We'll draw that right leg into the chest. We're going to pull the toe back towards your nose, so you're really pressing into the heel as you straighten that leg out, still hugging it into the chest as much as you can. Nice deep, deep breaths. We're just stretching that hamstring here because we're going to be doing some longer leg exercises, and if the hamstrings are released, it'll be a little bit easier for your back. Couple more deep breaths. Nice deep, deep breaths. Try to find where there's any tension and breathe into it. We want to give that hamstring a chance to relax. With every exhale, we're trying to straighten that leg a little bit more. And relax. Let's switch legs. The other leg into the chest. Great big old hug. Hold it tight behind the knee. Pull your toes back and straighten that leg as much as you can. Deep, deep breathing. Nice deep breaths. In traditional Pilates, there's not really a stretch before or after the exercises. The stretches are built into the Pilates exercises. I just did this as a little bit of a relief for the next exercise, which is a little bit more of a traditional Pilates exercise. So now we're going to let the bottom leg lengthen out, and then just let it lift above the floor. Now the top one, release it till it's nice and straight. Let's point the toes. So this is scissors move, and it's also a little bit of a stretch. So we're gonna just let that bottom leg come up, give it a little tug, keeping the legs as straight as you can, and switch. Nice deep, deep breath, incorporating that stretch into the lower abdominal strengthening, and switch. Nice deep, deep breathing, shoulders are wide, and switch. Now there is an option, if there's anyone here that's really fit and you want to work a little bit harder, to let your head float up so you're looking at your belly button the whole time. So that's an option, but if you find your neck gets tired, just leave it on the floor. And switch. Nice long legs, try to reach them right across the room. 3 more. And 2 more, ribs stay heavy. And very last one. Perfect. Let's draw the knees into the chest. Shoulders are wide. We're going to glue those knees together. And then we're going to start by reaching straight up to the ceiling. Really push those bottom 2 ribs into the floor. It's a little more intense, so if you need to keep your knees bent the whole exercise, that's okay. Find that spot that it feels challenging to keep the ribs down, and then fold the knees into the chest. Really anchor the bottom ribs, straighten the legs out, big breath in to prepare. Exhale and lower it down. Ribs are heavy. Find that point that it's challenging, and then tuck it in. Let's go 2 more. Reach, lower it down to that challenge point, or your stabilization threshold, and then tuck. And one more time. Up and lower. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And in. Good job. Okay, now we're going to lower one leg down to the floor. Lower the other leg down to the floor. Lift your bottom up. Slide the pillow away. And we're going to just let that one leg help us come up to seated. So use the energy of that leg to help you get up. If that doesn't work, you can roll over to the side. Now this is where we're going to see that one weight in. So we're going to go overhand grip with the weight or the water bottle. And we're rowing the boat now. Let's pull our toes back to the nose just to lengthen through the back of the leg. Keep those hamstrings nice and released. Sit tall. Tuck your tailbone forward and start to lean back until you find that point that you feel challenged. Your legs should stay on the floor, and then squeeze your inner thighs and come up. So rowing the boat, leaning back, pressing into your heels, up you go. And 3. And up. Let's go 3 more. And up. 2 more. And up. Very last one. And up. Perfect. Let's take the weight into our right hand. And now we're just going to sweep that right hand down towards the back. See if you can watch it. And up. We'll keep going with that right hand. Let's go 5 more. And 4 more. And up. 3 more. And up. Just 2 more. And up. Very last one. Well done. Switch over to the left hand. Now we're going to watch that left hand come back. And if you have a tendency to have back problems, it might help to have your hand on your lap. If that's not an issue, the other hand can be up, and you can just tap them together. 3. 3 more. Try to watch that hand. 2 more. And very last one. Perfect. Okay, from here, let's just take the weight across the chest, give it a great big old hug. We're going to look down at your belly button. And then try to round through the spine a little bit. And then tuck the tailbone forward and lean back till you find that point that's really challenging. But make sure you keep breathing. And then squeeze your legs together and come up. 5 more. Leaning back to wherever that point is that you feel it's a little bit challenging. And then squeeze your inner thighs to come up. Big breath in, exhale back, leaning back like you're going to recline. And up. Let's go 2 more. Back. And up. And very last one. And this one we're going to get a little bit tricky. When we're back here, we're going to look over one shoulder. And come on back to the center. And last time, let's lean back. We're going to look over the other shoulder. See how far back you can comfortably look. And back to the center. Good job. The weight can go away. We're going to let ourselves lower to the floor. Now, lowering with control is really important because that's where we get our strength to sit up. And basically, you need to sit up just to get out of bed in the morning. And so now let's lower, push your tailbone forward with lots of control and going as slow as you possibly can. We're going to lower ourselves low back, middle back, shoulders, and head. Perfect. Anchor your ribs, let your arms come overhead one more time for a nice long full body stretch, pushing your hands away from your feet and stretching your feet away from your hands like there's an invisible wall there and you're trying to lengthen your out and push your feet against that invisible wall. And now when you're ready, we're just going to roll over so that you're facing me. Now your choice, if it feels better to have a pillow behind, under your head, that's an option if it doesn't feel good for your arms up here. Or you can have your arm be under your head, supporting your head. We're going to have that one weight nearby to work our arms. And we're going to stretch ourselves out nice and long for that double leg lift. So again, thinking of the back, we want all the muscles around our core to be strong to protect our back. So this exercise works the muscles between the ribs and the hips, really important for protecting your back, because that's where we carry all our shopping bags and purses, usually on one side, so the spine needs to be strong on the side. So squeeze your legs together and lift both legs up, relaxing the neck as much as you can. 4, 3, 2, and down. Let's do that 3 more times. Squeeze, lift, lengthen, and hold. Relax the neck. 4, 3, 2, and down. Just 2 more. Squeeze, lift, and hold. 4, 3, 2, and down. And very last one. Squeeze, lift, and hold. 4, 3, 2, and down. Good job. Okay, let's keep that nice waist, top waist nice and long. So we're going to press the hips down and lengthen between the ribs and the hips. When you do this, you might find that it creates a little opening in the bottom of your ribs, and that's what we want. We never want to be just succumbing to gravity here. Everything's nice and tight. And now think of that top leg and pull your toes right back to your nose. Push that heel against that invisible wall. So lengthen through that top leg as we lift and lower. So right now we want that top foot to be nice and flat, like you can balance an invisible book on it, up and down. Other thought we might want to have is thinking that somebody might give us a little gentle push. If we're ready for that, you'll really engage your core, which in turn will help protect your back. Let's go 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, and very last one. Good job. When we're up here, we're going to point the toes. Now just your toes. Reach the toes right across the room. 5. We're almost there. Just 4 more. Relax the neck. 3 more. Just about there. 2 more. If at any point you get tired, you can stop and take a rest. We have 3 circles and then we're done. Just touching that bottom foot as we come around. 3 and 2. Let's pause and reverse, go the other way. 3 and 2. Very last one, give that leg a great big old hug. It's been working really hard. While we're hugging that leg, we're going to bend the bottom leg up and stack everything up here. So hips and belly button are facing forward. Feet together for the clams. Clams are really important for that back health. Wakes up that deep set of glutes. So press the feet together and just open the knees as far as you can without your body rolling. And down. First few we're going to make nice and slow. We're going to open and hold. 4, 3, 2, and down. Let's go one more with the hold. Open and hold. 4, 3, 2, and now the next 4 are going to be a little bit quicker. We're just going to open and close. 3 more and close. 2 more and close. Very last one. Good job. Okay, we'll give our legs a bit of a rest. We're going to grab hold of that water bottle or weight. Glue the elbow to the side seam of your shirt like it's the hinges of a door. Your forearms are just going to open that door up and close. Nice gentle hold onto the water bottle like you're holding a birdie. Open. If we squeeze too hard, it can raise your blood pressure. Let's open that door, and if it's okay, no pain, turn your thumb to the back wall and down. And let's go 3 more and down. 2 more and down. On the very last one, we're not going to turn the thumb back. We're going to let the arm come straight up to the ceiling and then let it settle into your shoulder joint. And then from here, we're just going to add a little bit of a shake. So just going up and down. So still nice and controlled, but just adding a little more dynamic movement to it. 4, 3, 2, good job. And from here, we're going to turn that thumb down towards your knees, so almost touching your knees like you're going to dig a little hole, and turn the thumbs up and towards your ear. So down towards your knees, and up towards the ear. It's really important for these exercises that the weight you're using is under 3 pounds. The reason for that is because small muscles respond to small weights. So if I were to get a bigger weight, we'd no longer be strengthening our joints. We'd be strengthening our prime movers. In Pilates, we really concentrate on joint strength. We're only as strong as our weakest link. And our weakest link in our shoulders is our rotator cuff. That's where we see lots of injuries. Perfect. Okay, from here, this depends on your shoulder flexibility. If it's okay to turn your thumb down towards your feet and put your knuckles in your back pocket and then come up, that's what we want to do. But if that hurts your shoulders, put your thumbs in your front pocket and come up. So if it's okay, back pocket and up. And 3. And up. We're going to be doing lots of exercises today for the shoulder and the rotator cuff, because it's that time of year that we're doing lots of sports, lots of gardening, and we don't want any shoulder injuries. 2 more. And now on the last one, keep the knuckles either in the back pocket or the front pocket. If it's in your front pocket, we're just steering the elbow towards the back wall and opening up the chest. If the weight's in your back pocket, we're going to start with the shoulder, roll it back towards the back wall, and see if you can push that weight towards the back wall. So just lifting it away from your pocket and then back onto your pocket again. So again, start the movement with your shoulder and just press it away and back. Let's go 3 and return. 2 more and return. Very last one. Awesome. Okay, from here, let's just put that weight away. We're going to stretch that bottom leg right in. Top leg, you decide. Behind's a little bit easier with that bent leg, or let it come in front of that top leg. And now from here, we're going to pull the toes of that bottom leg right up towards your nose. And think of the inner thighs lifting that leg up and down. Relax the neck as you lift and down. And 3 and down. Let's go 3 more and down. 2 more and down. On this last one, hold it here and point the toe nice and long. Let's come down and up for 5 more with the toe pointed. 5 and down. Almost there. 4 more. Smile, we're having fun. 3 more. And 2 more. We're almost there. Very last one. And relax. Nice job. From here, we're going to roll over to your belly. This is where it's really important to have a little pillow or something to support your head. If you don't have something to support your head, just put your palm or a hand under one hand and do one hand at a time. I'm just doing 1 set, so feel free to do one on your own afterwards. Another thing that works well to support the forehead, if you have one sitting around, is just a pool noodle tucked under the forehead. So we just want the height to keep your head supported, but still nice and low. If you do have back problems, it might help to turn your heels in a bit together and tighten your glutes for this part of the exercise. So we're going to start by bringing our arms out to the side with or without the weights. If it's too intense with weights, don't use them. Arms out to the side, and we're just going to lift and lower. And 2, and down. If it hurts to be at that height, find a lower height that doesn't hurt. Make sure it doesn't hurt. It's easier with your knuckles towards the ceiling, more challenging with your thumbs up. So again, find that spot that works for you. Let's just go 3 more, and down. 2 more, and down. And very last one, and relax. Perfect, the weights can go down. And from here, we're going to come up onto our hands and knees. You have a couple of choices here. If it bothers you to be on your knees, you might want to put the pillow underneath your knees. If your wrists bother you, you might want to come down to your elbows. If it feels better, just find yourself a countertop or a wall and lean against the countertop to do all these exercises. We can do all the leg extensions against the countertop or against a wall. So don't feel like you have to be down on your hands and knees if that's not a good option for you. So find what works for you. Okay, if you're on your hands and knees are nice and wide about the width of your hips, you want that good base of support. Think of a tripod. Further away things are, the more stable. Hands are underneath the shoulders. We want to tuck the toes under to give us a little more support and a little more flexibility through your feet. Imagine somebody's going to give you that big old push now. Don't let them push you over. And we're going to start by reaching the left leg out nice and long, but don't lift it yet. Reach the right arm out nice and long, but don't lift it yet. And now this depends on you. You might be able to only lift an inch. If you're not very stable here, if your hands are close to the floor, they're your training wheels and they can pick you up, so don't go too high. But if you're okay to lift a little higher, feel free and tap it down. And 2, and 3, and down. As we lift, we're trying to lengthen 4, 2 more, 5, and the last one we're going to hold it. 6, up nice and high, reach your hands away from your toes. 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. So that's it. Come on up, give your wrists a little twirl. Just get off those wrists for a second and go the other way. So that exercise is all about your back. We're trying to work those long muscles of your back. So this time we're going to reach our right leg. Left hand, we're not lifting yet. If you're okay to lift, doesn't have to be high. You don't want to feel any stress in your low back. And 2, almost there. 3, and just 2 more. 4, and on the last one, we're going to hold it up and lengthen that hand away from the foot away from your hand, like you're trying to reach for something just out of reach. And down. Perfect. Let's come all down to our elbows for this one today, just to get off those wrists. Tuck your toes in. Let's put the knees right together now, so you're squeezing that $100 bill between your knees. Look down at your knees, because that'll put you back in a happier position. And we're just going to hover the knees about an inch off the mat. And just make sure you breathe. 4, 3, 2, and down. Well done. From here, let's bring our head all the way over to the other side of the mat. We'll do that again on the other side. So nice long waist for pushing that waist out, opening up through the top waist, creating that little room for trail advance on the bottom one. Squeeze the feet, inner thighs together as we lift and hold. 4, relax the neck. 3, 2, and down. And again, squeeze, lift, and hold, lengthening while we're lifting, working those muscles between the ribs and the hips, and down. We're covering today most of the exercises that are really good for your back and shoulders, and down. 2 more, relax the neck as you lift the legs, and down. And last one, squeeze, lift, and hold. And down, perfect. Now waist is long, top foot's flexed. We're going to reach that foot right across the room as we lift and lower. And 2, and 3, and down. We've got 3 more. Nice controlled movement. Remember, it's never so high that you feel your waist moving. We don't want the low back to be impacted by this movement. If we lift high, there's no way to not have that spine be flexing. Perfect. And now let's point the toe. 5 more. Down and up. 2 and up. Almost there. 3 and up. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Perfect. And now we have those 3 little circles, just tapping the bottom foot when we come around. 2 and reverse. Last 3. You're almost there. 2 more. Last one. Give that leg a great big old hug. And while we're here, we just slide that bottom leg up for the clams. Stack everything up. Hips, belly button facing forward as we push the feet together and open the knees. We're going to hold for 3 and 2 and down. 2 more with the hold. Open and hold. 3 and 2 and down. 1 more time. Open and hold. 3 and 2. And remember, the next ones are a little faster. We've got 4 more. 4. Trying to open up as wide as we can without changing our body position or letting our body roll. 2 more. And very last one. Perfect. And then grab your lightweight. Elbows to your side. We're opening up that door. All about your rotator cuff. If you like, you can turn the thumb to the back wall. Just warming up those tendons around your elbow. 2, really important for golfer's elbow, tennis elbow, to get those tendons warmed up and pliable. 3 more. 2 more. And the last one, let your arms come all the way up. Let it rest into the shoulder, a little gentle back and forth movement. Trying to warm everything up. Perfect. And now digging that hole, the thumb goes down towards the knee and up towards your ear. Thumbs down. Almost making a little figure 8. And up. 3. And up. 3 more. And up. 2 more. And up. Very last one. Perfect. And now the thumb comes down towards your feet. You decide, front pocket or back pocket. And up. And 2. And up. And 3. Let's go 1 more. Perfect. If it's in the front pocket, you just push the elbow to the back wall. If it's in the back, we start at the shoulder, push the shoulder back and see if you can push that hand like you're trying to press the back all the way. So just lifting it away from your bottom, wherever your body lets you go. Press and release. 3 and release. 2 more. 4 and release. Very last one. Well done. The weight can go down. Just stretch the bottom leg out, top leg, you decide, behind or in front. If you're in front, try to open that hip up. And we're going to keep that bottom foot nice and flat as we lift from the inner thigh. And lower with control. If you're starting out, you probably want to rest in between each lift. But if you're getting a little stronger, you just let that leg hover and don't let it rest until you need to. Let's go 3 more. 2 more. On the last one, we're going to hold it up and then point all 5 toes right across to the other wall, and then just lower and lift that nice long leg up and down. 2 and down. 3 and down. 2 more. 4 and down. Very last one and release. Good job. Let's roll right onto our back. We're almost done here. We're going to bring that left leg just like you're trying to cross your leg. You're going to bring it up and just touch the inside of your knee and down. And 2 and down. So if it's not comfortable for you to cross that leg all the way over, or if you have hip replacement, we don't recommend crossing it over. This is your exercise. Just do that mimic of touching the inside of the leg and down again. That way you're not crossing it over, but you're getting that strength and hip mobility. But if you're okay to come up all the way over, we're just going to cross it all the way over. Try to even out through the back of your hips. And if it's okay to draw that leg up into a stretch. And just deep, deep, deep breaths here. Couple more deep breaths. Let everything relax and release. Shoulders are wide, the neck's relaxed. You're trying to open up that knee as far as you're comfortable. Let's go 1 more deep breath. And then lots of control to lower it down. And we're going to do the same on the other side. So we start by mimicking that leg cross, just coming up and down. Trying to stay even through the back of the hips as we lift and lower. And 3. Remember, you don't have to do that stretch if it doesn't feel good, or if you have restrictions from hip replacement, just stay with these. But if you're okay on the next one to come up and cross it over, feel free to do that. Open up that hip as much as you can, and if it's okay, draw that leg all the way in. Nice deep breath, shoulders wide. I'm excited to hear that soon we're going to be doing, if everything goes well, soon we'll be back to live classes again. I'll be excited to get things going and to see everybody. I've missed y'all. And relax. Perfect. Uncross. We're going to use that leg to help you come up to seated, or you can roll over to the side to come up to seated. If you're doing it this way, you let that leg give you a little momentum to come up. I'm going to finish with the shoulder strengthening, so we want both of our leg weights. Again, if I were wanting to strengthen biceps, triceps, I'd get a heavier weight, but right now we're really targeting those rotator cuffs, so we want something nice and light. We're going to let the hands come out in front. Shoulders are wide, showing off that necklace or tie, even on the sitting bones, and just up and with control down. And how high you lift depends on your shoulder flexibility. If it hurts to lift high, keep your lifts nice and low. 3 and 4. 1 more, and then we're going to go out a little bit wider, just to where you can easily see your hands in your periphery, but not too wide. And down, and up, and 2. You always want to be able to see your hands when you're working. That's when they're in a happy, healthy position. 3. Let's go 3 more. And 2 more. And very last one. Perfect. Hold it here. 3 little circles. 3 and 2. Pause and reverse. Let's go the other way. 3 and 2. Very last one. Good job. And then from here we're going to just turn our hands up like we're balancing those water bottles right in the middle, or right on our palms. And then from here we're just going to little pulses, opening Arms up to the back wall. 4, 3, 2, last one. Try to keep it nice and wide as we just lift an inch and lower an inch. 2 and 3. 3 more. Almost there. 2 more. Last one. Good job. Tuck your elbows in. We're going to just turn our thumbs up to the ceiling and scoop some ice cream. So just scooping it down and up. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Good job. We'll put the weights away. We're going to reach one arm all the way out like we're shaking hands. And let's start with that shoulder retraction. So we're going to try to retract the shoulder blade, keeping the elbows nice and straight, and then reach out like you're trying to shake hands. And retracting the shoulders, really important to get those shoulders moving. About 1/3 of our arm strength or arm flexibility depends on those shoulders being able to elevate and retract. So really important to get those shoulder blades moving. Let's go 2 more. Last one. Perfect. We're going to bring our hand up as close to the ear as you're comfortable going. Try to reach a little higher. And then turn your little baby finger around like you're trying to pat yourself on the back. And if it's okay, we're just going to reach up and maybe push back a little further. Open up through the lats and tricep. And then lengthen that elbow right up towards the ceiling. And relax. Good job. Other side, arms out. We're shaking hands, and then we're going to pull that hand back from the shoulder blade and reach it away. And pull it away. You don't want to shake hands. You want to shake hands. Go a little further and then pull it away. All from your shoulder blades. Really working that movement. If it doesn't work much today, just keep at it. You'll find that as your shoulder blades, muscles around your shoulder blade get stronger, your shoulders will be a lot happier. Last one. Perfect. Now the hand up towards your ear as high as you're comfortable lifting it. See if you can go a little higher. And just going to reach back and pat yourself on the back for a good job today. And then if it's okay to bring that other hand up for a little assistance, that's fine. And relax. Good job. Let's take our hands down to the side, roll the shoulders back, and we're just going to reach both hands all the way up. Reach for the sky. See how tall you can be. And now come on down. Take a bow. Thanks for joining me today. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.